Linda's Pantry. So today I'm gonna do a freezer meal. I do freezer meal workshops with Wild Tree all the time in my home. In fact, I'm having a freezer meal workshop tonight. And so I thought, I need to do some for my husband, so when he's working out of town, he can just throw this in his little 4-quart crock pot and be ready to go. So today when I was at the store, I saw short ribs on sale, and they don't go on sale very often. And so I picked up 4 short ribs. They look beautiful, and I'm gonna go ahead and put a braised short rib slow cooker recipe together for him, and I'll do the browning of the meat and all that and throw everything together. All he's got to do is put it in the crock pot. So if it inspires you to stay with me, go down in the description box below and hit like, and go over to my Facebook page. Also visit my Wild Tree website, because I'm gonna absolutely use some Wild Tree in here. So come on, let's go make some delicious short ribs. Want to? Go on. So here we have our short ribs. We've got 4 really nice short ribs. These brought it down. They're normally about $5 a pound. These ended up to be $3.29 a pound with the discount. And so what I've got is I've got the short ribs, and that's enough in that little crock pot to go for 2 meals. And normally you want to brown them first. So I'm going to do all that prep work for him, and then all he's going to have to do is dump this into the crock pot, put it on low, come home, you know, in the afternoon, put it on warm, and he's good to go. Dinner. So I've got my Absolutely Onion Blend by Wild Tree, and what's in here is so you could replace it if you don't want to use Wild Tree. Evaporated cane juice, that's the sweetness. Onion, toasted onion powder, sea salt, garlic powder, black pepper, leeks, cultured whey, and maltodextrin and cornstarch, and vegetable fiber. So this is going to give it a really different onion flavor than the yellow onion I have here. This has got a sweeter flavor. It's just absolutely fabulous with beef. And so I've got some oyster mushrooms here that are reconstituting, and I'm not going to throw that liquor out either, the mushrooms and that. So I'm just going to let those cool. So we're going to get our little cast iron pan on the burner and get this started. And then when I load up the bag, I'll bring you along for that. I've got 2 organic carrots, and that I've just really a big rough chop, because I want him to feel like this is a really hearty meal. And an onion, I've done the same. I've just kind of got some big pieces because they'll pretty much disintegrate. And some celery, 2 bay leaves, and 2 garlic cloves. So, and just shy of a cup of red wine, about 7 ounces of red wine of your choice. And let's get started. I did salt and pepper these, so let's get to the frying pan and get those seared off. So I've got my pan on my little burner that I just absolutely love. I just cleaned the stove off, and so it's easier to clean this one. I've got some natural grapeseed oil from Wild Tree, of course. And I'm just going to put about a tablespoon down, just enough to get the meat started. And that looks like it's going to ripple. Moving on that. See how nice that flame is? And it's really inexpensive to use. I'm really happy with the amount of cooking that I've done on this. I still haven't used a whole canister of fuel. So I honestly really like it. Okay, now we've got our pan hot enough. We're going to get this nice and caramelized on all sides. And look at that big one. Nice. There's a perfect size pan for this one. Okay. So while that's sizzling away, I'm going to go get the bags ready. Okay, so our short ribs are browned on all sides. Look how pretty. Done. Now I'm putting these back on a plate. And get those onto a plate. I'm going to deglaze that pan a little bit with some water. About a half a cup should do it. We don't want any of that goodness there to go away. That's going to be part of our braising liquid. So, the beauty of cast iron. Turn my burner off. And I'm going to pour that off, but I'm going to let everything cool down. I want this not hot going in this bag. It's got to cool down to and stop cooking, and then I can put the rest of this together. So I got my bags ready, so let's get to it. All right, so we're going to get to the seasoning and getting everything in the bag. And honestly and truly, it's just that easy. I poured that liquid that I deglazed the pan, I poured it right in with these mushrooms to continue reconstituting them. And so what we're going to do is probably go ahead and get our liquids in here first. That'll get our seasonings somewhere to go. And I do use a little bit of organic apple cider vinegar. This is the Bragg's. It's really good. I go ahead and use that, and I'm just only going to put about a tablespoon, and that's all it needs. And I probably should have done my onion blend first. I'm not going to salt this any further. We're going to go ahead and add the wine. And that's up to you whether you use a Cab or a Merlot. In this case, it's a Merlot. And I've got, these are 2 Ziploc freezer bags. And so the reason I use 2 is in between, here I've put instructions on what to do. So when he sees this in the freezer, it's not going to look like, oh my gosh, what do I do with that? You know, he's going to understand that it's short ribs and that he's got instructions and knows what to do with it. Because I found he won't just dive in and try. So we're going to put 4 tablespoons of absolutely onion blend. And this is going to make it so good. One more. And that's got a little bit of salt in it too as well. So then I just kind of squish that together. Go ahead and get your veggies in and your bay leaves, and I'll remind him to take the bay leaves out. And this is how easy it is to prep a crock pot meal ahead for your family, or for maybe even somebody that's just had a baby, or you know, is low on time. You can put a dinner together for them, and they can throw it in their crock pot and be ready to go. In this case, it's my hubby. Okay, so then we're going to put these short ribs down. Let's get these to the party here. So you just put your ribs, or your short ribs, right down in there, and then this is quite honestly ready to go in the freezer. And if you like it more liquid in here, you could add more, but you can do it at the time of putting it in the crock pot. I think that's a sufficient amount, what I've got. So get as close to as much as the air as you can possibly get out of it. Get that first bag all sealed up, and then the second one, it really doesn't matter too much. And I better write on here, braised short ribs. And you close it up, instructions go in there, and you're good to go. So I hope it inspires you. You guys try making some meals ahead and help yourself out with a time saver. This is great to have in the freezer for those days you don't have time to do that little bit of prep work. And now all I have to do is get up in the morning and pop that in my slow cooker, and I'm good to go. So, hope it inspires you. I hope I get to see you next time. And as always, guys, go check out my links below and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. All right, I'll see you next time.